Hey, welcome back everybody. Matthew, Watty's channel. You guys know the deal already. Don't think introductions are really necessary. So today guys, we continue with the review of the Neca Toony Terrors. We are up to Series 6, and I believe Series 6 was a 2021 release. So, so far, we've had Neca Toony Terrors release 3 sets, or 3 series in 2019. 2 more series releases in 2020, and now we're looking at the first 2021 release. I think this is going to be a fast video because I really don't know a lot about any of these characters, really. So, we're going to try and do the best we can. We're going to start off with Captain Blake, and I believe Captain Blake is from The Mist. Nope, he's from The Fog. I get those confused, but yeah, The Mist was, dang. Who was in The Mist? I got the guy's face in my head, but I can't picture the name. I think he played the Punisher, among other roles. He was also in like 61, I believe. So, The Fog. I believe this is either the Tom Welling remake or the original. Again, I've seen the Tom Welling Fog. I don't remember it being a great movie or anything. I don't remember Captain Blake. So I have very little remembrance or knowledge of this particular character. So most of this is just going to be simply looking at the actual figure. The overall ghostly zombie look is pretty impressive. Nice graphics and design. Nice damage to the clothing. Comes with a little pirate sword, so that's pretty awesome. And yeah. So we'll get the back of the card as well. This is your character up close and personal. Alright. Right on. And I'm trying to look at the back, but it doesn't really show a lot of graphics. I really need to do my diligence and start getting these figures loose because, man, I'm eager. I could always open them up, be very gentle around the edges, and try to reseal them afterwards, but nah, I'm not going to do that. I still view these as my retirement in the future. Technically, I'm retired right now, but full-on retirement, if I really need to make some quick dough, that's what I'm looking forward to. These in my 60s and 70s. Hopefully, they'll be worth something. Alright, the Queen of Darkness. Elvira. Now, I think anybody that has any knowledge of horror whatsoever knows the name and look of Elvira. She is absolutely awesome. You know what? She's like, what, 70 now or something? And she still looks incredible for her age. I'm like, I've seen recent photos of her. I'm like, wow. Now, they could be older pictures, or they could have some kind of touch-ups with the computer or something, but if that's her naturally, I'm like, dang. I think Elvira, I want to say the 70s. I could be wrong again. I think she used to, right before the screening of a new horror movie, she'd come on and do her introduction, or to kind of talk about what happened in the movie or whatnot. Kind of make up little jokes and stuff. So I thought that was really awesome. I don't know if that's a rose or if that's a knife. But right there on the front of her dress, this actually feels like it could come out of the package. Yeah. This one is actually busted open. I've dropped these packages, so I don't know if it came from the seller like that or whatnot. Alright, I'll take it out because it's already, a good chunk of it was already open. And I can't get it out. So, the way that her dress is kind of mimics a stand, I think this would stand pretty well. I'm not going to try and take it out of the package. And this means I'll either have to buy a new Elvira to replace this one, and then use this one as my opened loose copy, but more than likely I'm probably just going to try to tape this up or something. I'm not going to glue it or anything like that. It's super special. The top of the card is still holding firmly. So, easy fix. Elvira. Now, I am positive I know absolutely nothing about this character. Herbert West, and that was from the Animator. No, Reanimator. To the best of my knowledge, I don't think I've ever seen the Reanimator, so I'm sure that's one of those type of movies that every horror fan should see, but I've never seen it to the best of my knowledge, and if I have, I definitely don't remember a darn thing about it. Not one iota. So, I don't have all the accessories, because I do have a loose figure. He comes with a second head. I don't know what that pan is. And he also looks like he comes with a needle. Needle, secondary head. I don't know what this pan... You know what? No. I feel like, at the very least, the pan, and especially the needle, I feel like when I bought this, I got this as a bundle with a bunch of other figures, and they should have had all of their accessories. But I had these kind of laid out on the couch, ready for this video, and I didn't have any accessories for him, so I'm going to assume that this is it. And I'll look at the couch again to make sure I'm not missing any accessories. Again with the ET arms. I don't like that at all. But this hand, you know, something like that. Obviously widen it, make it a little bit bigger, but this is kind of like what I wanted for the Hellraiser figure. Where, well, Hellraiser for Neca, Toony Terrors does this, so he can hold the box. But for the Funko Hellraiser from the Savage World collection, I would have liked the hand to kind of be at like a gripping pose so that he could hold the puzzle box. So, head goes up and down. It's not, doesn't appear to be removable, so I don't know why this would have a secondary head on here. Maybe it pops off, but I'm not going to risk breaking it, so. Again, another one of those wobbly feet that wouldn't stand on its own, so thank God that this comes with its own stand. It definitely requires it. Now, in my opinion, the best figure from this respective series, the Miner. So yes, Jensen Ackles, he did a fantastic job with the remake of My Bloody Valentine. I think that movie came out like 2008, 2009, 2010, something like that. But the original, I think it was 1981, I want to say. Now, that movie, My Bloody Valentine, 1980s version, yeah, that was definitely a staple in our household growing up. So when I talk about horror movies that were constantly watched, where a tape was always put in, we were always watching, Halloween 4 was a major staple. Friday the 13th Part 3. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. My Bloody Valentine was one of those movies. So I haven't seen the original in probably 30 years. You know, give or take a couple of years. The remake, again, I don't even remember the remake at all. I would assume that the remake was very similar to the original movie. So that's again a movie I have to go back and rewatch at some point. The hard part of watching movies and TV shows that you've already seen, and this is my thought process. I'm not one of those guys who likes watching and rewatching movies or TV shows I've already seen. You know what? I will go back and I will hit play all and sit through hours of bone-breaking action because you know what? That's good comedy. And I feel like YouTube is a very easy viewing. I feel like, you know, sometimes even if you just want to put something on as background noise or whatnot, you know, you can, you know, look at your eBay on your phone or something like that, right? You don't have to necessarily be fully engaged in watching a YouTube video. So if I'm watching Unluggy and watching like Karen videos or something, right? You know, I could do two things at once, right? But for movies, you got to basically be fully involved. Unless you've seen the movie 1,000 times and know exactly event for event, word for word, that's going to happen. If I'm going to dedicate, 2 hours to watching a movie, I want to watch something I've never seen before. So rewatching something I have, especially My Bloody Valentine, a movie I've seen 1,000 times in early childhood. But like I said, this is one of those movies that it's going to be like watching for the very first time because I haven't seen it in such a long time. I really don't remember anything about it. I don't remember why the miner started killing off the locals. I would assume he got lost in a mining accident and probably thought that day he died or something. And maybe came back to like exact revenge, like in I Know What You Did Last Summer. The kids thought they ran the guy over, killed him, and it turned out that he survived. And did he survive, or was it a relative? No, I think the hook. I think he was actually the guy they ran over. So, a couple really awesome accessories, which with the little pitchfork, or what do they call it? Not pitchfork. Dang. What the hell is this weapon called, or this tool? Dang. Anyways, awesome weapon. He definitely used that, obviously, to mine rocks and whatnot. So, and he used that as a murder weapon in the movies. And I like the way that they put the heart, the physical human heart, on top of, obviously the makeshift heart. Makeshift heart. I don't have this guy loose, but he is, again, one of those incredible characters, one of those awesome figures that I would love to add to the collection, to the loose collection, as soon as possible. Another great one I feel like really deserves his own display, because as I've been filming these videos, I've been taking the carded figures upstairs. So I'm going to try to get, at some point, all of my horror situated in one of the upstairs spare bedrooms. And when they sit on the shelf, they're like this. So it's really important that if they're going to sit like this, right, that I have a loose figure I can just sit right in front of it. But that is the My Bloody Valentine and the Miner character. Another awesome addition. Highly recommend picking that one up if you are a Neca fan, or more importantly, a Toony Terror fan. If you're not like me, you're not interested in getting the whole collection, and you just want to pick up your favorites, the Miner is definitely one of those I feel is very important. So, all right, that completes Series 6. Series 6 is complete. Once again, I kind of like to do these reviews at the end so you know what to expect in future videos. Series 7, I have 3 out of 5 figures. The last 2 that I need are Killer Clown figures. And you would think that's such a, well, I don't want to say low budget, but for not exactly a fantastic theatrical release type movie. It's one of those movies that are like, it's so terrible it's good type of movies. You would think that those wouldn't be as valuable, but there's a lot of figures I got for 10, 12, 15 bucks, and then these are selling for like $45, $60. I'm like, why? The 2-pack, I could understand, but the individual one, $45 plus, crazy. Series 8, I only have 1 figure, and I'm going to go, once I stop making this video, I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to try to get on eBay or Mercari and see if I could pick up the last 2 characters for Series 8. And hopefully they arrive before I make that video. And if they do, all is good. Series 9 is complete. And then once I complete Series 9, I'm going to go back and look at all the extra figures I have that weren't part of these lists. They might be part of a respective series, but based on the checklist, I didn't have any of that info, so I'm going to look at them as just additional characters, additional figures to look at. And then after that, we're going to look at one more video where we're going to look at all of the sets. The Saw sets, the Elvira sets, etc. So, Jaws, which is a really nice one. I'd really like to get a duplicate of that one as well. So that'd be really killer to have. But 6 years, and oddly enough, based on the checklist, this Series 6 2021 was the only release. So in 2022, they came out with one release with Series 7. Series 8, 2023, one release. And Series 9 so far, 2024 has its first and only release. But again, the checklist may not have been updated because where are all these extra figures coming from? Alright guys, that is it for this video. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Please, if I have anything that I messed up, like the name of that tool, for example, please correct me in the comments, because, man, I could always just go upstairs and Google it, but knowing me, I probably won't. I like to sit on a couch and ask my wife what this, that, or the other is, and that's what she complains to me. You know what? You go get on Google. That's her response all the time. I can't be your dictionary. Or something like that. I don't know what she says to me. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.